I'm just waiting for some mods. Because, boy, my ears are ringing. Shit. Oh, there you are, Aunt Callie. All right. Hey, y'all. I hear my ears are ringing. I hear people are talking about me. That's crazy. Hi, Alma. I'm going to wait for a few more people to come because I already know people love to come and listen to me talk shit. But I'm not angry. I'm not angry. Hey. I'm just going to let a few more people come in here. Make sure you guys are tapping the screen to protect the live. And also, what else? Tap the screen and share. Share to a couple of your friends, okay, to protect the live. But I hear my ears are ringing. People are talking they shit today, huh? And it's like, why the hell are you guys talking your shit today? You know what I mean? Oh, I know why you're talking your shit today, because it's Saturday. Y'all wait till the weekend to start your bullshit. Hey, cousin, girl. If y'all not following Aunt Callie, the Amazing D, Glam Melanin, y'all need to follow these creators. They're wonderful. They're all different. Aunt Callie talks about native issues, but she's hot as hell, and she's my TikTok wife. I don't care what anybody say. And Amazing D, if you need a laugh, you need to feel better, you need to feel inspired, you want someone to be relatable to you, you go check her out. And Glam Melanin, she don't take shit. She don't take shit. She's educational. She's doing a lot of Gullah content for Black History Month. But if y'all want the real, the uncut, blunt, you go follow her, okay, y'all? Yeah, you better stop laughing at Callie. I got a couple people I got to fight for you. Jesus. Hey, Scorpion Rising. Everybody's up in here. So let's talk about why people are talking about me today. That's what we're going to talk about today. We all know what happened with the food stamp cards and T. Nathan. And then, he posted Alicia's picture because he was mad that they were talking about his private parts. Although, if you go to his account, he talks about men's private parts all the time. SD energy. So that didn't make any sense. And now they're trying to make light of the fact that he used food stamp cards. They think it's okay to get donations, pocket the money, and use the food stamp cards. When at actuality, I've worked in soup kitchens before. I've volunteered for the homeless. There are grants that you can apply for, even as an individual, without an organization, without a 501c3. You can apply for grants to help the homeless. But if you are taking donations, I don't give a shit. You need to use the donations that you have. This whole somebody donated their food stamps. As a good person, you should have never took the food stamps because that person applied for the food stamps for them and their family. So if they're willing to give away $400, then they need to not apply for food stamps and leave those funds for people that actually need it. See, either way you slice and dice this shit, it is not cool to use a food stamp card when you got donations. I don't understand why people are trying to justify this shit. If I was doing that and someone said, here, I'm going to donate my $500 food stamp card, and I got thousands of dollars in donations, why would I take it? Why would I take the food stamp card? That doesn't make any sense. As a good person, knowing that I got donations, I would never take the card. So either way, you're a terrible person. All this justification about what they're doing is getting on my fucking nerves. And then I have people who are talking shit about me that... I don't know how to say this delicately without having a big issue. But how dare you talk about me to the person who's talking shit about you all the fucking time? That don't make sense. You see? Like I keep telling everybody, nobody talked to me. No one. All these people that are talking shit about me, they never talked to me. So I don't care. Get on your fucking live and do your little crybaby bullshit with T. Nathan. I could give a fuck. Especially when a person doesn't have credibility. You don't have credibility. You need to stay on clean talk. That's what the fuck you need to do. You used to have credibility till you started going hand in hand with a scammer. Are you participating in the scam too? That's how I'm seeing it. Anybody that co-signs that man, I feel like he paid their ass. I don't give a shit. Y'all say what I say what the fuck I want to say on my page. Make sure y'all tap in the screen though. And protect the live. And share this with a few of your friends so that my live is protected. But at the end of the day, there's another issue that I want to talk about. But at the end of the day, taking someone's food stamp card, regardless if it was donated or not, is BS. Because if you were a good person and someone gave you a food stamp card, you should have said, nah, I'm not going to take your food stamp card because clearly you need it. That's what I would have done. You need the food stamp card. Why would I take your food stamp card when people are donating thousands of dollars to me to feed the homeless? You're a shitty person for taking the food stamp card. If that's what happened, because that's what he's trying to say, that somebody donated a food stamp card. Why the fuck did you take it? I know. Food stamps can't be donated. But okay, somebody gave you. That's what he's trying to say. Somebody gave him, hey, lovely, how you doing? Somebody gave him the food stamp card as a donation. Why the fuck did you take it? You got thousands of dollars. One person sent you $900. You bought $400 worth of food. What happened to the rest of the money? Why did you take somebody's food stamp card? None of that shit makes sense. Selling food stamp cards, that don't make sense to me either. Sorry. It's wrong. But if people are in need and they have to do what they have to do, okay, whatever. You're not in need. You got donations. You're not in need. The fuck is you talking about? You should have if the person who gave you that, or if you bought this food stamp card, you should have just gave the person the money and let them keep their food stamp card. Why did you have them sell you the food stamp card? See, like, think about it, y'all. Either way you look at it is bullshit. If somebody said, hey, I needed some cash, I'll give you my food stamp card. You got thousands of dollars in donations. Why didn't you let them keep the food stamp card and donated $400 to them? Or $200 or how much ever the fuck you bought the shit for. I think it's half. I think somebody told me it was half. You pay half in cash or some shit like that. Why didn't you just give them $200 and let them keep their food stamp card? None of this shit makes sense. I don't know why did you do that shit? If someone wants to donate something and they get food stamp cards, you should have let them keep their food stamp card and you should have helped them out because that's a good person. You're not going to take somebody's food stamp card and you got thousands of dollars in fucking donations. Either way y'all look at it, no excuse. Sorry. He threw who under the bus? Yeah, it's all fraud. Food stamps going to be refused. Yeah, I know. Food stamps is only supposed to be for the person that filled out the food stamps. But I do know I've been getting a lot of messages where people say sometimes when a person needs to pay something, they would sell their food stamps. I'm saying, okay, let's just give that, right? Let's just give that. Somebody needed some cash. They were like, here, I'm going to give you my food stamp card for this amount of money. As a good person with thousands of dollars in your Cash App, you should have let them keep their food stamp card and you should have helped them out. This is nonsense. And you know, the fact that because he's a black man and he's out here, you know, claiming to put boots on the ground, y'all gonna let this shit slide? Not me. I'm not letting none of that shit slide. I don't know whose food stamp card it was. To be honest, it could have been hers. Who knows? I'm going to talk about Vanessa too because her mouth has been running diarrhea for the last 2 days. And I'm tired of protecting Vanessa. I have tried my best to not attack Vanessa. I just respond to her bullshit. And even while responding to Vanessa's bullshit, I don't attack her. Yet she cannot stop with the lying. Now she's telling people I called CPS on her. With no receipts. Queen of receipts, don't have any receipts. Weird. I'm going to need you to pull up with the fucking receipts, Vanessa. Pull up with the receipts. You lying mother. Man, I swear that woman is creepy as hell. You gonna sit here and say everybody called CPS on you? Get the fuck out of here. Pull up with the goddamn receipts. That's where I'm at. Pull up with the receipts. I'm tired of people accusing me of shit without receipts. If you don't have receipts, shut the fuck up. That's where I regret the day I ever saw this girl on TikTok. That's how serious this is. She will not leave me alone. Even though I don't attack her, even though I mind my business, the girl won't leave me alone. It's creepy as hell. It's borderline stalker because I'm not even going. It's not like we having a back and forth or nothing like that. She just constantly talking her shit. I don't understand. So if I called like you claim, show me the fucking receipt. Show everybody the receipt. How the fuck do you know I called? Show the receipt. But if you don't have the receipt and you're accusing me, that's slander. That's defamation. All you do is lie. You accused everybody else. So I'm done with this bullshit. Go to the bosoms of T. Nathan. I don't care. Like, I really don't. You think your friendship with T. Nathan bothers me? It doesn't. You were still talking to T. Nathan. You lied to us. We know all the lies, Vanessa. You lied to us. I don't know what your plan was. I don't know what your motive was because you wanted us to attack the shit out the fold. Yet you were still talking to T. Nathan. And T. Nathan is the one that told us you had a crush on him. That y'all were dating or some dumb shit or you wanted to date him. So now I'm starting to believe him. Because in the Zoom call, I thought he was lying. But now, not so much. Not so much. And you did a video calling him cute. I remember that video. So maybe you guys were talking and you lied to us. You lied to me. You lied to Aunt Callie. You lied to Gen Extra. You lied to motherfucking Glam Melanin, bro. You lied to us. You were using us. At the end of the day, maybe T. Nathan pissed you off that day or whatever the fuck happened, but you used us. You told us you weren't talking to him and you lied. Did we come after you? No. Did we even bother you? No. Not at all. So why the fuck can't you leave our names out your mouth? You have videos on YouTube calling Aunt Callie a native woman, Carolyn Bryant. Like you have lost it. And even though you've done that, Aunt Callie hasn't even came for you. Leave us alone at this point. You're creeping the fuck out of everybody. You're creepy. That's all I'm saying. This whole entire fold situation is creepy as fuck. But you want to know what I like about what's going on? I like the womanhood that I'm seeing. I like the sisterhood that I'm seeing. I'm seeing people that don't even like each other, but they know when something is wrong to call it out. That's what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? TikTok is not supposed to be fun. It's not. It is an app that has many creators that do many different things. If y'all want fun content, go follow people that just do funny content. You can't expect people to not call out things because you expect TikTok to be fun. It's not going to be fun every day. This is real life, y'all. This is people lives. It's not going to be fun and entertaining every single day. There are issues that people have to talk about. If you want just fun stuff, no problem. Start following fun creators that only do funny shit. Then your algorithm changes and you don't see none of this. But you can't expect to come on TikTok and it to be so funny. Like, we're not show monkeys, okay? We have emotions. We have things that we deal with. And if we want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. There's issues in the world that's not fun. It's not funny. And there are creators that are not going to like each other. Y'all don't want to see the drama. That's fine. Change your algorithm. That's what you do. But you can't say, oh, I'm supposed to come on TikTok and have fun. You're the one that creates your own algorithm. I don't create your algorithm. So if the drama's coming down your For You page, it's because you're following the drama. You're watching the videos. You don't want to see that shit? No problem. My For You page doesn't have drama. Nope. On my main page, I don't have drama on my For You page. Because I don't follow the drama on my main page. On my backup page, all the drama's there because that's where I watch the shit. But on my main page, I have fun shit. So y'all need to understand that. If you don't want the drama, change your algorithm. Unfollow people, block people, whatever you got to do. But you can't come on here and tell creators how to feel and what to post. No. Our content but are in the live. Yeah, true. Y'all complain about my content, but you in my live talking your shit. Why you in my live? And I know people are watching outside of the club. The last live, Glam, I didn't know if I told you, the last live had 5,000 viewerships outside of the club. So, people are watching. And then you want to tell me, I'm tired of the drama. Why the fuck is you watching it? I'm not forcing you to follow. You don't have to watch it. Yeah, I know 5,000 people were watching last time. So I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people watching outside the club right now because they can't wait for me to say something. But thank you for the gifts, y'all. Make sure y'all tap in and like. Because you know how they do. They keep playing over there. This one might beat that. If you join Glam or Callie joins, they'll go nuts if Callie gets in the box. Because Callie don't get in the box very often. But yeah, if Callie got on here and you got on here, boy, I tell you. A lot of people don't realize how close me and Glam and Aunt Callie are. And Gen Extra. I'll join. Who are we talking about? I'm about to talk about Lex. I don't know if you want to join because Lex is the one on her live talking shit about me. And now that she keeps saying my fucking name, I'm going to say something about Lex. So I don't know if you want to get in here. But Lex was on live talking shit, bashing me. And it's like, bitch, I don't know you. I don't know you. I respected you at one point. I seen that you created laws that you were trying to actually change shit. And I boosted the fuck out of Lex. But now you're on people's... Glam's coming in the box. Oh, you don't want to show your face?
No, I didn't even tap it yet. I don't know why I did that. Hold on.
But yeah, Glam is over there on live talking. I mean, not Glam. Lex is over there on the live talking shit about me, and I ain't do nothing to this lady. I never did. Never did nothing. So I don't understand why she's talking. Why you doing that? It don't make sense. There you go.
Okay.
Everybody live, tap the live, share to your friends.
Okay.
You sure you wanna do this? Cause she talking mad shit about me, bro, and I gotta address
I'm
it.
curious as to why. I'm not over there. So I don't know what her particular reason would be to have a problem with you. Because as far as I know, you ain't never did nothing to Lex.
Never.
And
Never.
to be completely honest, Tori was the one that helped her get what was it? Some equipment for her protest.
Yeah, some equipment for her
raise
protest.
money for that. And mind you, she didn't do it for no praise or recognition, but
Nope.
what did Troy do for Lex? Besides
But
mock her racial identity,
lit.
make fun of her racial identity, and tell us behind the scenes to not support her stuff.
Yep. I remember he called me and asked me why I boosted her for her blackout. Nathan did.
Got into that group with them early on, and Lex decided to do a blackout after the major blackout, and he said that we weren't participating in it.
Yep, he sure did in the Discord. And he asked me why I posted that video for Lex, and I didn't even know because I think that was still like, that's when I was not really going into the Discord. So I didn't know that we weren't allowed to boost Lex.
Sorry, fam. I shall be making noise and shit. And I just be like
It's
checking.
okay.
Anyway, but okay. And then when Anthony and Nathan were on their little brocations and they made that joke because Lex said his name wrong and was like, oh, you're white. Not really. I defended her in the comments. So I'm deeply confused as to
Me
what her
too.
particular issue could be with you.
The
What
only
did you
thing
do
I
to
could
Lex?
think
Is he
of,
what?
the only thing I could think of is my content regarding Cuban being a white woman pretending to
The
be
woman
black.
white. Like, no, okay, now yeah, this part I'ma say, and I don't give a fuck how anybody feels about it. Lex lost me when Lex got on her platform as a light-skinned woman and said that this white lady is the victim of colorism. How do you understand racism so well, but are lost on colorism as if it works in reverse?
Exactly.
Colorism does not negatively impact light-skinned people. Even if
No,
she's Cuban, she ain't black. Number
she's not
one.
black.
Number two, even if she was Cuban, that is not a race. It's a nationality. So
Thank
being
you.
Cuban doesn't mean that you can have box braids in your hair. Like, I didn't know Kankalon was so important to the Cuban community.
I didn't know that either.
When did Kankalon fibers become a thing that even white girls did? Like, help me out. I'm so lost because they fight tooth and nail to prove that this is just hair, but it's Kankalon.
Yo, there was a video.
Kankalon. You're fighting over Kankalon.
Wait, there's a video of Cuban wearing braids going after a white girl wearing Calicolon braids.
Rachel Dolezal just did her stuff privately. Why is you so loud and so wrong?
I don't know. And
like,
then when I did the research,
with a black, and then listen, I'm not gonna discredit Lex for any of the work she's done.
No.
But I'll be damned if I sit here and co-sign to the idea that this woman is about to give this white lady a pass on saying how a white woman the victim of colorism.
I don't understand.
And you would think, and I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be the petty thing I say for the night. So when y'all see the video and people are cursing me out, this is why. You would think having a white mother would give that lady a reference point to recognize a white woman when she sees one.
I mean, seriously.
You lost when you look at that white lady and not understand who you dealing with.
Exactly. And then when you do the research, Cuba is 63% white.
And we're not going to talk about the Spaniards in the slave trade and how technically they didn't stop doing their transatlantic slave trade until 1888. Even Britain and America stopped 80 years before that. It was the Spaniards that kept that itch going another 80 years. But we ain't gonna talk about that part and how 47% of the slaves that got taken from Africa ended up in Brazil and in them islands like Cuba and other parts of the Caribbean. Only 5% of these African enslaved made it to the States. People see, like, listen, I'm not trying to start no race war, but we need to be factual about our shit. No feelings, just facts. The facts are this. I don't understand why so many, and then the thing is, if you live in Florida or have lived in Florida, you already have an opinion about white Cubans, and I ain't gonna say that, but it's a thing that's known. It's racist if I say it for some reason, or at least prejudice. But I'm not about to watch two pale people, two light-skinned people talk about they're the victims or she's the victim of colorism. Because to me, if you're a black woman like me and like you, why do you not see why that white lady over there is full of shit? Either you don't want to, maybe you identify with her on some level. I don't know.
That's the only thing
I think there's a lot of imposter syndrome going on, and I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I'm gonna get into so much trouble for this shit.
I mean, it needs to be talked about, man. It needs to be talked about.
Mind you, I have never had a problem with the majority of these people. They got a problem with me because I see through a lot of people's shit. And with my platform, the thing that I do is I say the shit that everybody's thinking, but nobody want to say. I catch all the hell because everyone wants to say it, but they are afraid to say it. I feel like, and I made that video about these white women who are raising children of color. And it's funny because when other biracial people who have black mothers bring this conversation up, it makes perfect sense. But when an actual black woman says something about it, we're in the wrong. We're invalidating people's blackness. We are doing something. No, I'm not. I'm simply being factual. If you're hurt feelings and you get defensive, that's not about facts. You feel a way because you're defending your blackness to me. I'm not calculating your blackness.
Nope.
I'm not.
Nope.
But
we have to
be, but we have to be honest, okay? We have to be completely honest, right? They're biracial, like when we get our blackness questioned, it's because we are interested in things that are not considered black, like anime, or because we wear our hair a certain way, or because we talk white. That's where we get our blackness questioned. But when biracial children get their blackness, when they're half black, because again, we have to make the distinction that not every biracial person is black. Because you can be biracial and have no black in you. But when they do, it's being questioned because of their parents. It's being questioned because of that. And it's not right. And I've said that if people actually took the time to look at my videos from the previous year when I was getting my head chewed off, I've called out the black community for fetishizing having mixed babies. I've called out the black community for attacking their light-skinned daughters and how dark-skinned mothers have a jealousy thing towards their light-skinned daughters. I've got the content to back up what the fuck I'm saying, but no one cares about what I say until I say that some of these biracial people can be problematic. And if you look at the studies, a lot of people believe that these black men who are making these babies with these white women and then being anti-black and misogynistic are creating the new version of oppressor. Because remember, the census last year, the reason why white people were shook, abortion bans and all that happened is because white people's numbers are going down. But that's not because there are more black people. It's because there are more people filling out their census identifying as biracial.
That's where it is.
So we're not, and these black guys that go out here and think that they're doing something, because mind you, I have to understand if I'm gonna be pro LGBTQIA, I have to be pro interracial dating. Because I used to feel a way about that. I'm transparent as fuck with y'all. I used to feel a way about about interracial dating. I did. But the thing about it is that I had to grow up and recognize it. If I can tell 2 men, 2 women, trans people, queer people, that they can love who they love, if I can support the disabled community because they do a lot of things to stop disabled people from getting married,
that's true.
then I have to support people that look like me when they find happiness with someone that does not look like me.
It's called growth.
So, and that's the point. So when I realized that, and I got to a place where I could be like, okay, I need to check my bullshit because I'm feeling away. Let me unpack me as a black woman and figure out why that was bothering me, instead of making it about the other couple over there who's happy over there. And it was a personal thing. And here's the problem that I have, though. We got to be honest about everything. It's not just black people that have the issue. Because let's be very honest. The reason why the black community has to absorb all of the biracial half-black children is because of the one-drop rule. And that was rooted in racism. White supremacy. White supremacy created the one-drop rule. We are reinforcing it all the time because here's the thing. White people did not want these biracial children that were either the product of assault or genuine affection and love having access to white privilege. They did not want these biracial children who have black DNA in them to be able to reap the benefits of the white DNA in them. So here's why I get frustrated. when a biracial person comes from my throat and says that the black community is the problem because we do yada yada yada, I always wonder this question: why are y'all not mad at the white community that told you your whiteness was null and void at conception?
At birth.
Why are you not just as angry at the white? Because the thing is, we will take you and accept you and say you're black and defend you. But the white community is the one that said, you have one drop of black blood in you, you ain't white. That was them. It wasn't us. That was them. They did that. Black people did not create that issue for biracial people. White people created that issue. And even I'm not going to say that biracial people don't have a bad experience, and I'm not saying that it's easy, but we have to be very honest. And sometimes you got to pack your feelings up. Pack your feelings up for a minute and objectively look at what's going on. Who put you in that position?
Exactly.
For you guys hate your own mixed people. I'm black, so I'm not mixed. So how could I hate my own mixed people? See,
I'm not mixed.
Y'all got to do something with that one. I'm not mixed. Where's that like, at? I'm black.
Mute.
And here's the thing.
Where's my mods?
There's nothing wrong with being biracial. Nothing at all. I personally think
being biracial, but you have to understand where the issues started. It wasn't black folks that created the issue. When it comes to colorism, even when it comes to colorism,
create the one drop rule.
That shit. That was not us. That was not black folks.
You have one drop of black blood in you, you're automatically black. That was white people. We had no reason to do that.
No.
We were the ones getting assaulted on these plantations. We were the ones out here getting attacked and forced into producing children for these white people. And I'll keep it a bean with y'all. And I'll keep it a bean. When these white women were going after black men and these bucks, because again, they're the one that told black men that they were bucks and that they were supposed to be out here breeding. And that's why you still see to this day a good grip of black men going out and just breeding with everyone. When these white women went after these black enslaved, they did it on some lustful fetishization-ish. It was not for the same reasons. So please understand, I can in a almost kind of sort of way sympathize, but at the same time, our experiences are different, and it's okay. It's just different.
I'm adding Callie to the box.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
We're talking biracial stuff. So here's a biracial person right here, and everything I have to say. Glam is right. What cultures we come from. I am of German descent and Choctaw. Whether you're black and white, Asian, black, any kind of mix, we as biracial people have to understand, and this is something that is instilled by my white mother. I've talked to y'all about this. Understood the assignment. That's not part of your culture as a Choctaw woman. That was instilled in y'all when people came over here. But there are things you will not go through from your other Choctaw brothers and sisters, Choctaw cousins, Native cousins, black women, black men. You are not going to go through them. You are a woman of color, but you're not going to go through things that people that are darker or not mixed will go through. So we cannot put ourselves fully in the category of the oppression that takes place for others, even though we are part of the community. We have to recognize
that. And it's not an issue. It's just a difference. We
go through
have got to be honest about where we are. Because at the end of the day, like someone said in the comments, we're all still under the whole white supremacy itch.
Yeah.
All the white folks see us as a bunch of colored people.
And just like the one drop rule, we have blood quantum, and it was a way to dwindle down the population. If you had one drop of black ancestry, you're black, and you are on that part of the caste system here in the United States. If you are one drop white in the native, oh, you're white, you're one of us, but you ain't native no more. We're going to get rid of the natives and increase the black population, but by not increasing the black population. And that's where the school to prison pipelines come through, the Jim Crow, everything that has happened was made to suppress people of color by using the white race as supremacy and as a weapon.
You get yelled at for being an African American. Sheesh. I was reading the comments.
Oh, I was about to say, not me. I mean,
No.
I haven't had that one
It's
before.
okay.
I get called Hawaiian sometimes, but I don't see that.
Look it on TikTok. Me and you get called a lot of things. We get called a lot of things on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh man, what was it? What was the stalkers? They might be in this live. What did they used to call me? A German sauerkraut? Was it a German sauerkraut? And that they wanted my brakes clips? Wasn't that Mia? I know they're probably in here, right?
They're always watching. Trust and believe that.
Callie, turn off your Bluetooth in your car, honey. Everybody's feedbacking right now.
Let me see.
Echoing.
Callie got to come back in?
I think so, but
there was an echo
in her car. It repeats everything they're saying. I didn't know we could do
Callie, come back
at a time. This is cool.
I know. I want Callie to come back in. I know. I want Callie to come back in.
Did it work? Is the Bluetooth off?
No.
Is there still an echo?
No. Is there an echo?
Is it better?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, there's still an echo.
No, there's still an echo. You're gonna have to take the Bluetooth out, boo boo.
All right. Echo gone?
I think so.
Yeah.
Good? Check.
Yeah.
Mic check. Mic check.
People try to do that with their car. Double D did it the other day in her car, and everybody was like repeating. It was bad. I was like, oh.
Well, I was about to just go work out, and then I was gonna meet up with some family.
Oh, someone's mad.
So
who's mad?
Let's see here.
Somebody's
mad?
Let's
go ahead and
well, my mods, y'all know what to do.
All right.
Go ahead and mute
that guy.
whoever's mad, because you know what? We're gonna talk about things, and y'all gonna have to deal. If you don't like what we're saying, why are you in my live? I don't understand that.
Because they want to be, and I want to make this point really quick. As much as I can talk ish about these creators, and I could go at it for a couple days, I'm gonna need y'all to take a level of accountability out there in TV land. Like, I'm gonna need the followers to take a certain amount of responsibility when y'all get into people's videos and comments or lives and complain about the drama. And oh, I'm so tired of the drama, as you're actively participating in engagement with said drama. Mia was talking about it earlier, and I came in the middle of it, but y'all gonna have to quit blaming us for what you see on your cell phone that you're paying for or got from DHEC. I'm gonna need y'all to take a level of responsibility instead of instantly blaming us, because it's starting to sound like these guys when they complain about women. Oh, I'm tired of seeing half-naked women on my For You page. Then stop looking at them. If you're tired of the drama, then you don't need to engage with the drama. Y'all get on our pages to complain. Y'all turn our comments into freaking like therapy rooms for y'all to just send your grievances and take out your bad day on us as if we individually went out of our way to find you. You came for us. So when you get here and you go off, please know that you volunteered for the response you get from us. You volunteered as tribute for us cursing you out or blocking you from a live.
You send for us, we're gonna come. Like you
because
are
you didn't have to be here.
No.
Like, we appreciate y'all.
Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen.
We love y'all's support. We appreciate the engagement. But if you know what I do, if you know I yell, if you know I go off, if you know I'm gonna curse people out or rant, why get into my comments and be mad about it? As if I've had people get mad at me when I'm wearing makeup, as if it doesn't say glam melanin on the freaking page. Then I don't wear makeup, and it's like, oh, I thought it said glam melanin on the page. Like, y'all just really take out y'all frustration on us as creators And honestly, there's too many of y'all for us to give a damn. There's no way we're going to appease. I have 308,000 followers. I am not going to make y'all all happy.
I got 500K. Like, where can I appease everybody? There's people that tell me, oh, Mia, I want you to do more makeup videos. Mia, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. No, I do what the fuck I want.
Now, I will say this. If you'd like to sponsor videos, the Venmos are in bios. You can send me money and I will deliberately make you a video. This can be like an OnlyFans energy type thing. You pay me, I will give you the content that you want. You can get a subscription. We can do a Patreon maneuver if you want to start paying for the certain content you want.
What if they say, Glam, what if they say they want you to take your feet and put it in peanut butter?
I'll do that shit for the right amount of money.
Sunday yet, and Glam is preaching.
Listen, I've done things like that for free. I will do it for money. There's a lot I will do for money. I'll put my toes in some things. I'm not like, I'll do a lot. Peanut butter is low grade stuff. I can do peanut butter. If it's chunky or smooth, like there needs to be a distinction though. Cause I have like sensory tactile issues and I need to prepare myself for the nut. No, I can't say that. I'm gonna stop.
Oh my God. Y'all see how funny she is?
I'm gonna stop right there. I didn't even mean to say that one. That one really just ran out there. Nope.
This is what she does. Everybody think Glam is one serious person. No, the fuck she is.
No, the fuck I'm not.
Dying.
I am a delight though. I'm delightful as hell. Like I'm not that serious at all. Like
she's funny.
That's why, like, my husband will say, like, people get mad at you. This isn't even her final form. Like, y'all think this is like it or something. Like, oh God, no, I'm absolutely not.
When she said yeast yokel on that one video, Callie, you remember that shit?
That made me mad. Okay, I was angry that day. I was actually trying to be serious right then. That was a serious insult. I intended for that to be tough, all right? It wasn't my intention. If I knew it was going to sound like that, I wouldn't have said it. I was trying to be serious.
That was not
I was trying to be aggressive. I'm like 5'2". All I got is my throat muscles. This is all I got. This is the strongest thing about me.
You just got
and even that wasn't right to say. I'm going to shut up. That's what I'm going to do.
You just got done talking about feet, and that's what you're going to say. You got strong throat muscles.
I stopped. A lot of those are inside thoughts that just get out while I'm talking. It wasn't a completed thought.
Y'all stop. I can't laugh this hard.
But seriously though, y'all gotta take a level of accountability.
Yes,
if y'all want us to be drama free, like I'm posting educational videos all month for Black History Month about Gullah people. I get barely any views. The minute I go off, 22,000, 23,000 views. The algorithm is going to suppress my content. I know that, but it didn't suppress me screaming. So at some point, we got to look at that objectively and say, okay,
always look at that.
Right. So which is it? Yeah, the algorithm ain't shit, and we know it. But y'all engage more with the drama. Y'all engage with the education like you engage with the drama. Let's talk about T. Nathan's SNAP food card and how he didn't explain the rest of the child. I talked about that privately. You want me to talk about it here? I can, because I had EBT. I ain't got no shame. I wish I could get my EBT back. Quiet as a kept. I wish I could get that shit back. But because I had like $400. Like I had a household. I had like $400 of EBT a month. I was quite content.
I'm just saying, anybody that has EBT card, if that was something like you wanted to donate, he should have said no.
Because again, those are SNAP benefits. So that means there's some type of need. And if he's claiming that he bought them from somebody, I thought he got one individual donation for $900. How did that play out? Because I ain't gonna lie, again, I ain't got no shame. I know people that have done that, and $500 extra for some $400 worth of EBT don't make no sense. Either, because if that's the case, he got scammed. If he really paid somebody that much money for that little bit of EBT when you had more money than what you were getting.
They told me, because I was a couple of people have DM'd me about this, and they said that usually it's half. So say for instance you have $400 in food stamps, somebody would pay you $200 cash.
That's what I'm saying. If he paid more,
I never did nothing
he
like
got
that.
Scammed. Because there's no way. Now, personally, here's me, right? I'm gonna just be completely honest. Feeding the homeless, good thing, right? Right. No, nothing wrong with feeding the homeless, even if you fed them with food stamps. The issue is this. Why did you take donations if you're going to feed them with food stamps?
Yeah. That's the question.
And here's
the
thing.
Money that doesn't make sense.
When people double down like this whole week, I've seen people will show you who they are long enough. If you wait long enough, they'll show you who they are. I don't think he was able to keep the facade up anymore. Because you saw what he did with Alicia.
That I want to talk about that too with Jen and Aunt Callie. We should talk about Revenge P too, and have y'all thoughts on Revenge P. So Glam, you go first, and then Callie, and then Jen.
Okay, listen. Like I was saying, the man, and this is what I said on the last live, we each had to take a certain amount of time to figure out and reflect on how we got played.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did. We believed in the person, so we fell for whatever he was selling, right?
Mm-hmm.
We believed this person was better than what he turned out to be, which happens in life.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a line where if you claim to protect Black women specifically, and you claim to care about liberating people that look like you, where do you get off attempting to, because we know that wasn't put out there for a good reason, right? It was meant to embarrass her. It was meant to shame her in some way. It was meant to humiliate her in some way. You can't lead me. You cannot lead us out of anything behaving that way. We have enough exploitation and hypersexualization done to us as Black women. Our bodies have been abused throughout history by everyone. One of the videos I made when I first got on TikTok that went viral was of this Asian man in Africa holding two naked or topless Black women's breasts. We have always been treated this way. And I'm sure Kaylee can understand that, and even Tori can understand that. As a woman, we have always had our bodies treated as though it is at the disposal of a man's desires, whether it's sexual or abusive. Our bodies are at that expense. They can do whatever they want to us. And we cannot, and honestly, I don't even understand why I'm more disgusted by women that are supporting the stuff now. Because they're Black women. And it's a problem I have personally. Because I don't understand why you as a Black woman can see a Black man treat another Black woman that way. And you look at that Black man and say, it's the Black woman's fault.
Exactly. I agree.
This male identifying that we do, and it's a generational thing. And I'm sure it happens in other races as well. But this need to protect men is odd as hell, considering that they claim to be the alphas. They're the leaders. They're the protectors and providers. Yet somehow we as women, especially Black women, are always jumping in front of the bullet for a Black man. And it's never a Black man that deserves the support.
Exactly. I agree.
We will watch a good Black man get tore apart. But we will sit there and shield problematic Black men on this app like him. Yep. Because that's the right thing to do, because you're a Black woman. You're supposed to stand by the Black man. That Black man did that to a Black woman. Yep. And did not have an iota of remorse about it. Doubled down on it. Yep. Said he was justified in doing it. And then give some weak ass apology. And it's interesting because he'd be the same creator that would call out a white person if they said that same thing. If a white person gave that apology, he would be the creator on here dogging them out. And it would have been justified to do so because that apology was bullshit.
Agree.
But it's okay for him to do it to a Black woman. This is why Black women, I tell them to divest. Not because I'm interested in us dating other men of other races, but we need to take our power and use it for ourselves. We should have rallied around that woman. And I don't even fuck with Alicia like that. I don't.
I have my own issues with her.
There's a line you don't cross. Say what?
Island Mommy said that he was laughing about it on his live today.
Right. And that's my point. And I think Tori got flack for this before when she was comparing misogyny to racism, and maybe y'all felt the way because she's a white woman when she did it, but this is kind of what she meant. Because where's the camaraderie and the loyalty from black men when a black man can do something that's very targeted at this person because of her womanhood? He didn't do that to another man. He did it to a woman.
True.
And her blackness did not matter to him. And that's the problem. So no, we're not going to have a pissing contest and say which one is worse, misogyny or racism, because they're both impacting black women every day. We don't get the option of picking and choosing between which problem we have. All of it is a problem, and every black woman has it. And
That's
before
true.
I stop, because I'm gonna shut up, but before I stop, because we were talking about Lex, I'm gonna tie her into this. It's interesting how that particular black woman he'll support now that she's no longer in Black Lives Matter Utah. But Alicia was co-signing to his stuff from the jump.
Yep.
And he did that to her.
Exactly.
And if we're going to have this race war, I need y'all to understand something. What's the difference between Lex and Alicia? And why is he quicker to co-sign to Lex and what Lex is doing now than what Alicia's doing?
Exactly. Because Lex is on her live bashing a black woman.
This is my point. And mind you, and I'm going to tell y'all flat out, had Lex pulled this a year and a half ago, he would be dogging her.
Yes,
if Lex got on live and was dogging Mia out a year and a half ago, that man would have dragged Lex.
That's true.
So I'm gonna let y'all sit on that and think about that. I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do. I never tell y'all what to do, but I'm gonna tell y'all that y'all need to start thinking.
All right, Callie. What do you think about this? Putting up intimate pictures because you're mad.
Oh well, it's illegal. First of all, that's plain and simple. When it comes to the plight of a woman, the things that I've seen within this past week is what you've been talking about. Diversity equals power. I mean, look at what is in and who is in our lives, whether it's the comment section and who's in the boxes. You have black women, native women, white women, Asian women, and then you have the beautiful, strong men that don't cater to it. And that's another thing that we have to also understand as strong women is not to generalize the men that do defend us, the men that are there. Because there is, I'm going through with another content creator right now that is just, it's quite obvious, that people need to understand that when we speak on misogyny, when we speak on the dangers of exploiting women, exploiting things, we are speaking against the dangers of misogyny, not men. And the dangers of misogyny come from also women that cater to it.
Yes.
And so people that have either catered to accepting that the revenge P was okay because she may have talked about something else, but she didn't post an actual picture of said size.
Private part.
She just talked her shit, which everybody on this app talks their shit. How you handle it, I'm a very firm believer of, one person's karma is karma acting, and how you react is the karma giving back. Like basically, like how you react also plays a toll in karma. So one of these things is not like the other when it came to a reaction out of, okay, she talked crap about size, but then boom, revenge P came out.
Exactly.
That's not the same. It's not
the same.
And
not the same level.
What we're seeing though, and what we're starting to see when it comes to misogyny, at least on this app, is the fact that there are very insecure, weak men and women that cater to those weak men getting so defensive. They're getting defensive when they're seeing a diverse group of women saying no. And like y'all said before, we may not even like each other. We may not even be mutuals. We may not be friends, or we have probably beefed in the past. But when they're starting to see kind of, I guess, a coalition of women being like, no, wait, no. It's starting to open the eyes of not just men, women of many cultures, but it's opening the eyes of men that have been tunnel vision and haven't been able to see the plight of what women go through. And Alicia, unfortunately, had to go through that scenario that put her it put her in danger. It put her at the point of ridicule, of misogynist, of mockery, where people were making fun of things and stuff like that. That's the plight of a woman, especially a Black woman. That's, if anything I have learned from listening to many content creators on here is Black women, y'all are expected to be tough as nails. You're expected to take those hits. And I think, honestly, when it came to Alicia and the revenge P, is many people expected, okay, she's a Black woman, or maybe subconsciously expected it. Maybe not thought it, but just like already was expected. She's a Black woman, she can take it.
Yep.
She's a woman.
There was a lot of that energy.
She's a woman. No woman of any race, gender, creed, color, heritage, nothing should ever have to go through what happened with the revenge P. But I feel that this is also a lesson for people outside of the Black community to really see that the plight of a Black woman is always expected to be strong, even when the most absolutely hurtful things happen to her.
Exactly.
And that's my take.
Okay.
It's just, we need to understand and listen to, especially Black women and the content creators that are speaking. Sometimes we may not agree. Sometimes you might have an opinion outside of the community. And I, as an Indigenous woman, I'm not going to sit here and try to tone police a Black woman. But at the same time, if I do disagree with something, have a conversation. Everything doesn't have to be back and forth on the internet, but at least find out what and educate each other. And that's where that diversity equals power comes from.
Exactly.
And if anything, as anybody from I'm not in the Black community, have learned, is the plight of a Black woman. Alicia was expected to take it. Any other race, my race, I can tell you right now, Indigenous people, if that would have happened to me,
that would have been crazy. People have been all over TikTok screaming.
If it would have happened to Tori or a white woman, it would have been off the chain.
Yep.
But if that's one eye opener that we need to take from this as people from outside of the community, is the plight of a Black woman always has to be strong and take it.
Facts. All right, Jen, I know you're ready to talk, so let's get your viewpoint on the revenge piece.
This is my dog, Poppy. She's female. Just wanted to throw that in there. She's a good girl.
But yeah, that's go ahead. What
out being the female. I concur with everybody what you all have said so far. The thing that sticks out with me, I've heard T. Nathan use quite a bit, is he's about the movement. It's a bigger picture. It's about the movement, and I agree with the movement, with Black Lives Matter, with Black people. Anything I can do to help, I want to be there to help. Anything. I mean, anything. But the thing is, women got their own movement too. We got our own movement also. Yeah, it doesn't help me being a white woman, because you can't trust white women, especially feminist white women, that kind of thing. I am a hardcore feminist woman. I'm all about it. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what ethnicity you are. I don't care. If you are a man disrespecting a woman, I'm coming for you. And that's how I feel. I mean, it's just, I can't help that. Maybe it's because of my own past history, my own past life, or whatever, what I've dealt with men being misogynist to me. since a little girl. You know, I got zero tolerance for that kind of stuff, you know. And it just he you can't say you're going to be part of social change, part of a movement and this and that, but not practice what you preach.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger picture is the smaller picture. It is you.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
You are part of that picture, and you want to represent. People are watching you. You know, people are watching you and learning from you. You're setting a tone. You're setting an example. You're also representing as a leader and putting that picture up. This is not the first time a woman on this app has been slut shamed.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole reason why we're in this beef in the first place, because we were trying to protect women a year
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
I saw, you know, unfortunately, Lex, you know, she mentioned that she has not followed everything, seen everything. If she had of, maybe she felt differently or whatever, but the point is, the whole point this whole thing started was because we got together to protect Black women.
Yeah.
That men in that group were slut shaming. And then it's
Exactly.
still going, still bromance going, still this. Everybody's still protecting each other. Everybody's still, and they're like, well, they just come out of us, you know, at us. No, we didn't come out of you because we felt like it. Like we were just like, we collaborated one day and said, let's just go after, you know, Denise, let's go after Troy, let's go after the fold, you know, just because we feel like it, we're bored. No, women to us, they were scared. We protected them. You did not.
Mm-hmm.
There's our
That's
own
right.
movement up here going on too. That kind of thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like everybody's moving in a different direction. We're not moving together when we should be. And that's the downfall of this. It's like you're gonna, you know, okay, fine, you want to liberate and this and that and the other. Well, guess what? We're trying to be liberated too. And Black women are part of Black Lives Matter and your movement and your liberation.
Exactly.
And you're not bringing them with you.
Exactly.
Especially when you slut shame them.
And I would say
agree.
not just the part of it, but Black women would be the leaders of most of it, not everything, when it comes to it. I didn't mean to interrupt, Tori, but like I
no,
go ahead. I mean,
we're supposed to be together.
You're right. You're 100%
right.
right.
Then walk together.
All right, I have a question.
Matter for men, or is it Black Lives Matter for all? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to
figure out with it.
I have a question, so I'm gonna start with you, Jen. Do you think that in the women's movement, Black women are generally pushed to the side when it comes to women movements? Therefore, that's why everyone else in these other movements tend to push Black women to the side. Is it because Black men or men in general do not see the sisterhood between the races? So therefore, they feel like they can go after Black women?
Both. I think it's both.
Oh.
I don't Black women are allowed to speak as much as they should in the women's movement. I feel like how do I say this without men are men.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll use whatever tool they got in their toolbox to convince women that they are beneath them. You can't make it without me. And I believe that about any man, no matter what your race is.
Okay.
So I believe that certain men will convince certain women they can't be, their voice is not allowed to be heard.
Okay.
Because this is more important. Their liberation as Black men are more important, is what I see. If you want me to be specific about it.
Right.
That is.
How about you, Aunt Kelly?
But also white women keep talking over Black women because they too are also, believe it or not, they also live with misogynistic men. White women know, I'm going to tell you, white women know also how to work the system with their white husbands. There's a lot of them that don't believe in themselves. They really don't. The best example I can give you is my mother. She didn't believe in herself for the longest time. My dad, you know, brought home the bacon or whatever, and she didn't think she could make it on her own without that man. So to preserve her own self, she would do whatever he wanted. And my dad was racist as hell. You know what I'm saying? So she went along with it to preserve her own security. Basically, it was security. And that's what white women try to preserve their own security because they don't believe they can do it on their own at best without the man. Okay. That's what you see. And if the white woman's not getting, being able to preserve her own security, she's not going to worry about the black woman's security. Dang. So that's how that always falls in the chain. That's a boom. Mm-hmm. And then black men, I'm assuming, is also trying to secure their own selves. So they, latch on to white men or something and push black women? I don't know. I'm just assuming this is what I've heard. This is what I've learned. If it's right, wrong, please correct me. But regardless, I mean, I'm just, I appreciate you. I know you will. But I'm just some of the things I've observed, and a lot of it to me, and I bring it up all the time, it's psychology. Mm-hmm. We are animals. We are animals when it comes down to it. We're trying to look out for our own survival, do whatever it takes. But we got to remember to keep our pack together. And to me, black women, to me, in the front of the women's movement makes more sense. I believe because you were here first. You have endured the worst of any human being on this planet. This is my opinion. I just try not to do white woman tears, but I'm just saying, it's just how I feel. It's like, I can't think of any human being on this planet that has endured more than any other human being on this planet.
Okay.
And I don't.
Let's get Callie in here. Let's get the native perspective on misogyny. And do you think that because of the way certain races are dealt with in the women's movement, that it affects the way men treat certain women of color?
Yes. So what we talk about in our community is a lot of reconnecting. So you have people, either like myself, I'm a city native, I wasn't on the res, but you have people that are traditional, and you have people that are reconnecting. And I think we're all reconnecting. And one of the moral values of the Native community is that women are sacred. We're leaders. We're the final say. And so you're starting to see the men in our community get away from what most men were, but there have been, of course, of the white supremacy and colonization. It was that, macho men are the head, right? I think every culture that has been over here, at least, experiences that in some way, shape, or form. In our community, how we're seeing when we come to our movements for women's rights, I went to the women's rights march in Austin and things like that. The telltale sign of how white women expect women of color, especially black women, to be at the forefront was telling. Because if you saw black women were divesting from that movement that was happening here in Texas, Native women were kind of like, even myself, were like, yo, Greg Abbott has ICWA on the board. They're taking our babies, So what
I was
you want from
in Knoxville with the women's march, and I was walking with Indigenous, and I saw it exactly what you're talking about in Knoxville also.
And you also saw the temper tantrum that white women threw on this app. It's for all of us. It's for all of us. When women of color divested themselves from feminist movements that are mainly for white women, because nobody cared about us and our babies, our bodies, right, our mental health until at least here in Texas, Greg Abbott said, "White ladies, you too."
That's the thing that I think is so problematic when it comes to this topic. And that's why black women, I don't say I'm a feminist, I'm a womanist. Because I haven't got access to femininity. Black men have stripped me of my femininity as a black woman. According to white society, we weren't even a human being. So I'm simply fighting to be seen as a woman in the first place. Can I get my identity? Can I get my identity recognized? And then, to be fair, and Mia, I know you understand this, we are expected to completely ignore our womanhood as black women to co-sign to whatever black issues are going on. It doesn't, and even with the Breonna Taylor situation, the thing that was so telling was no one really cared about Brianna until after the boyfriend got cleared. Until the men were cleared of their issues, then it was okay for us to worry about the dead Black woman in the house.
These are facts. These are facts.
And this is the thing I think, and I wasn't trying to cut you off, Kelly, but this is the thing that I think women of color have issue with when it comes to feminism, period, and misogyny. It's not normal for a white woman to be treated badly out in public in society. White women's abuses, in my experience that I've seen third party, were always behind the closed doors, right? Now, I live in an area where you could take your wife out to the courthouse and beat her on the steps at 12 noon on a Sunday. What? Yeah, I'm in South Carolina, honey. It's 3 sides of the Bermuda Triangle here. So where I live, and if you know what city that is, just don't out me, because I'll shoot you. But if you, I'm serious.
I'm locked and loaded. We're good.
But I'm serious. We live in a society where white women's abuses were always, in my opinion, happening behind closed doors. It was Black women's bodies that were getting abused in public. It was Indigenous women's bodies that were getting abused publicly. White women have always dealt with misogyny, but the way it went down was not blatant to other women, right?
That's true.
Because if I'm getting beaten in the streets, I can't worry about you getting smacked around by the same master in the house at the end of the day when I'm in my slave quarters. You know what I'm saying? I can't worry about you. But then when I do see your bruises on your face the next morning and your black eye, as a woman, I look at you, white lady, and I know what happened to you, and I know who did it to you. And I'm still going to clean you up. I'm still going to feed your baby from my body after that man and you done killed my child.
Facts.
And that's where I think this comes from. White women expect us, because we both are getting abused by the same guy, but we're still supposed to be more focused in serving you. We are still supposed to be in service to you.
Right there.
That's
even though I got whooped and you got punched in the face, I'm supposed to lick your wounds clean.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to just let me bleed, my back bleed out.
Exactly.
And that's where what we saw with this the abortion ban thing. Because I'm going to tell you flat out, I've had 2 children, a boy and a girl. I am 38 years old. My doctor, when this stuff happened, came to me and told me flat out in my appointment, if you want one, trust me, you can still get it. Because they're not going to stop me from getting one. I've contributed to society already, and I'm Black. They don't give a damn what I do with my babies. If I want one, I can still get one, and I live in the South.
Yep.
The women that can't are these younger women and these specifically white women. They need white women. And, I brought this up kind of sort of when that biracial video came up, because white women are the vessels of white supremacy. White women don't make Black babies. White women make white people. And because they make white people and white men know they can't get white people out of anybody else, or when a white woman makes a baby with anybody else, that baby's not white anymore. You already made that rule. You can't take it back now. They're working tooth and they're fighting hand over foot to stop you from doing that. We can do it. Because they don't give a damn about us.
Population control. It's population control. Is what
and that's the thing.
Got to make more white.
When you realize that Black women also have a completely different pregnancy experience, and women of color have a completely different pregnancy journey than white women.
Yes.
We are the ones dying, giving birth to whatever race of baby y'all want to claim and say, or what they take the race. If it's a Black woman's body on that table, or an Indigenous woman's body, we're the ones that have to worry about CPS getting called on us because we did something or didn't do something. We're the ones that are getting our babies kidnapped from us in the hospitals before we even make it out. We're the ones dying.
I want to mention, on white, what people need to understand about white supremacy. I think when on this app, and you hit the For You page, as soon as the words white supremacy pops up and people that don't understand what's going on, they're thinking the neo-Nazis, they're thinking all the Aryan Brotherhood type crap, right? White supremacy starts with white women, and they don't recognize that. Because if you look at how white women are treated, when it comes to white women are treated, when it comes to birthing, right? White women will beg, give my tubes tied. White women will beg the doctors. I saw a video where a woman had to ask her pastor to go talk to the doctor to get her tubes tied, to get birth control, because the doctors think that you might want to have another one, or your man might want to have another one. But when it comes to women of color, you have one baby. Hey, you're at risk.
You want to tie them tubes? I know. I was 18, and I'm saying I had my daughter at 18. They asked me at 18 if I wanted to get tubal ligation. I wasn't even 21.
Exactly.
And that
exactly.
put me on
my doctor, my gynecologist, he refused to do it. I had to find another one.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of white women
fight for birth control a day in my life.
Never. I can go to the clinic right now and get whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, I get a year and a half worth in a bag when I was younger.
Yep.
You know what gets me about that? That's what I don't understand. The stigma about that. Oh, black women popping out babies left and right. But you got these damn shows on TLC with John and Kate plus 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you got the
19 kids and counting.
19
sister
kids
wives.
Nobody says about nothing about all them white kids. It's like,
no.
Now, I'll be fair now. Hold up. Hold up now, because we have Nick Cannon. That's us. So, hold up. We have Nick Cannon. We got a lot of black men out here thinking that that's their job and their job alone to populate the whole damn world. So, you're right. But when it comes to people making a lot of unnecessary babies, trust and believe, y'all don't have a lock on that. I don't know if it's that way with indigenous men, bless you. But black guys have been trying to populate the earth.
But see, they're trying to populate the earth, but they're populating the earth with mixed children.
We gotta make sure we're not each other's cousins.
We gotta be very clear on that. They
don't even care anymore. They don't care anymore.
Well, they keep saying they're trying to populate the planet with black children. I've heard this from black men, but you are having these kids with white women.
No, I want to say something real quick about that.
Biracial children.
You're right. And here's the problem with that. The problem is not so much who they have the babies with. I need people to pay attention to this when it comes to these black men like Nick Cannon who have wealth and are doing this. These are the same hoteps that will say they're trying to build up the black community and fix the black community, but black men have already divested.
True.
Because they're taking their wealth and resources and they are putting them into non-black areas, into non-black women, and building generational wealth. They're building generational wealth with non-black people. I'm not telling anybody who to be with. People can be with whoever they want to be with. But when these same men look at you as a black woman and me and tell us we are causing division, we need to stay strong and stay loyal to the black man, but you're not loyal to not even to the black community. Like, to be fair, who killed Nipsey? It was another black man. So we're not going to have this conversation and not point out the fact that, again, you can be with whoever you want. But what you're not going to do to us as black women is vilify us for calling out the blatant disparities in how you move as an individual and how you expect me to move as a black woman over here. Because if you can be with that Kim Kardashian who's now deflating to look back like a white woman so that she can get with white men of lower value than the man she was with, which is also very telling because regardless of your race, it's very interesting that she went from a Kanye West, a multi-platinum $1 million artist, to Pete Davidson.
True.
So what we're going to do is we're going to be objective and look at this for what it is. These black men who take their money and resources, not just their seed, but their money and resources, and take it away from the black community. And then look at you like you're in the wrong for calling it out. I have a black husband. I've made my black children. I have a black daddy, black mama, black great granddaddy, black great grandmother. I've done my part. I'm out here doing my work to try to get my Gullah people's land back. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm here where I was born at.
Exactly.
You're the one that goes and gets your resources and wealth from the black community supporting you, and then the first thing you do is run to a non-black woman to create generational wealth in her family, and her lineage of children will be the ones that receive that all that money from your black community. Because when we support you, that money's going to them.
Exactly.
It's not coming to us.
It's true.
So we got to look at this really. Black women have to start so far down at the bottom, and every time we try to get up, we got to look behind over our shoulder to see if the black guy's going to pull us down. Before I even get to worrying about a white woman, where did Kaylee go?
I don't know. She said the live is lagging.
I'm right here.
Please tap the screen. You're still here?
Picture's gone.
Your picture's gone.
She's on top. For me.
You might have to click out and click back in because your picture's gone.
Glam is gone. Are we getting?
I think I'm getting mass reports, y'all. Tap the screen.
Oh no, they're coming first. Sweet. But yeah, look, that's all I'm saying. When your question was, Mia,
because Glam is missing off of my screen. I don't see Glam anymore.
You're missing off of our screen.
I got Glam.
We're getting Thanos
down here, and I got Callie.
We're getting
Thanos.
Yeah,
they're Thanos seeing my live right now, so y'all need to hurry up and tap the damn screen.
We can tap it ourselves too.
Can we?
Yep.
Oh shit, we
Man,
can.
We ain't even talking about nobody. Tap.
I know. I think you guys. You know what? You guys should get out and come back in. Maybe that will help.
All right.
I was gonna say my end's good.
Yeah.
My end's fine. Like,
yeah, come back. Everybody get out and come back in. They're trying to mess with my live, y'all. So y'all please tap the screen, share to 3 people. Share, tap the screen because this doesn't make any sense. I don't know what's going on. All right, so I got Gen X back. Let me let her in. Because we're talking about women issues right now, so I don't understand. So I'm just waiting on Aunt Callie now. But I don't understand why they're attacking this live. We're talking about real issues.
Because it's us talking, and you know they hate us. They cannot stand us. And apparently I'm in here preaching, and people don't like that ish at all. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna answer your question though. You said, okay, I'm trying to remember it the way you asked it.
Do you think that because of how we are not important kind of in the women's movement, does that give the men I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Justification to treat Black women the way they do?
Oh yeah, because they're counting on us they're counting on no one helping us. True. There was a serial killer, and I'm gonna let people know. I'm gonna let the secret out. If y'all didn't know, Black people are serial killers too. We got serial killers, and there was one of them, young guy, attractive. He killed a lot of Black women. He would get on these apps and get them on dates and murder them. Now, here's the thing, though. When he got to court, he said this in his deposition. That's what he said. He knew killing Black women, no one would look for us.
That's true.
So here's the thing. And I made a couple of videos about this before. When we look at the feminist movements and the pro-Black movements, oftentimes Black women are left at the back. Yep. When it came to voting rights for Black people, Black women and Black men fought together for it, but Black men got it, left us.
Yep.
They got that right before white women, which was white women's indication that, oh, okay, y'all don't care that we're white. You care that y'all let these enslaved men have more power than us. White women said, no, we're going to get our rights. White women and black women said, okay, well, they ditched us too. So we're going to work with you, Susan B. Anthony, and we're going to try to get our voting rights. White women got theirs out, left black women.
Yep.
These men count on us not getting supported, and they damn sure don't want us supporting each other, because they know how much power black women have, just like white women do. That's why they want us when they're trying to get something done, like that abortion ban in Texas. Y'all, the white women demanded that black women help because you knew you needed it. You knew.
Exactly.
And men do not want black and white women uniting.
That part right there. And that was exactly what I was about to say next.
Boom. Right there.
Black men,
I don't see Callie. I don't see her. She's not.
These men have no interest in us working together. Don't get it twisted. White women have work to do.
Yes.
But when they see, and I'm gonna make this another side note, because the same issue happened with me and Barry Paul on this app, because that white queer man was helping a black woman, and they couldn't stand that, so they had to flip the script. They had to make it a problem. They don't want black women to get help from the white people. They don't, because black men in our community know that they don't have the power that these white people have. So all the liberate, and me and you had this conversation privately, Mia, but I'm gonna just say this part right here now. If the reason why a lot of these people do not like Goddess Mia is because Goddess Mia had the unique ability to get white people to understand without feeling like they were being threatened and attacked for their racist or prejudiced, biased way of thinking. So now, when Goddess Mia starts getting the pride after she was working with the black guys, right? She was in the fold. She was working with the kings of TikTok and got no help. She started doing it for herself and got further ahead than some of them, because white people started co-signing to Goddess Mia. And white people were willing to unpack their issues, admit it, and face it. And she provided them a safe space to do so, which is what you see a lot of other creators trying to do right now. And they're really just imitating what Goddess Mia was doing 2 years ago. So what happened was this: these black men got on here, wanted to see Mia fail because they couldn't stand that she was getting the numbers and the support she was getting without them. It was a narcissistic, egotistical play to try to shut Mia down, completely rooted in their insecurities about their inability to actually help black women do shit. They failed. When Mia was in that Discord asking for help again about that 3%er, the men ran scared because they knew as black men they didn't have the damn power to stop it. White people did, and they knew it, and it made them feel some type of way. So they act like they saw no evil, hear no evil, see no evil, and then next thing you know, I had no idea you were asking for help. Oh my God, you needed me when I never saw. I wasn't in there like that. It's my Discord, but I wasn't in there like that. I had no idea. Bullshit. You saw her SOS. You saw her getting attacked on the app. You did nothing because you are still conquered men. And them white folks coming for that black lady intimidated you. You didn't want the smoke. You'll go after a black woman, but you won't go after these white folks when they're attacking us. Then you have the nerve to get on here trying to copy Malcolm X talking about the most disrespected and unprotected woman is a black woman. You didn't protect nobody, sir. You had a whole Discord full of people and couldn't help one black woman.
And mind you, like I said, during that time, I was getting serious death threats, y'all.
Yes.
That's when Parler was out. They had a page just for me on Parler where they were talking about killing me and my family. They were unaliving me and my family. They were talking about unaliving my dogs, all of that junk, because I was actually going after what I thought we were all supposed to be doing.
And ever since I tried to start helping you, and I'm not trying to deflect or turn it about me, but I'm just saying the example here is when I was trying to, ever since I've been trying to help you, I've been called the Carolyn Bryant They do not want to see white women and black women unite.
The divisiveness is coming from them. It's not black women. The divisiveness is these men, because mind you, aren't they always complaining, well, black women are getting $800 checks in Georgia, and I showed y'all in that video like a couple weeks ago, these black men are crying to white men on podcasts about why white men won't give them a leg up and won't give them opportunities. Meanwhile, black women are getting just as oppressed as you, but somehow we're able to do what we got to do every goddamn day without crying to white women about it. It's an embarrassment. The fact that y'all can get on this app and attack a black woman for doing literally nothing to you while ignoring all the people that are attacking her, that you're emboldening.
Exactly.
I got death threats behind that man. All of us, I think, have been attacked behind that man. Like all of us, and not one point, at no point did anyone reach out and say, you know, what's going on? Do y'all need help? There was probably only, outside of the people on this screen,
and he's
3
in the
people.
app right now, Connie Boy and Apache Trickster.
Yeah,
they came to us.
They came,
and it was a few of the men, but like for months. And what's interesting, and I know they're in this live because there's almost 200 people, is what, 154 people? I know y'all are in this live. Y'all.
And I'm gonna say, and I said what I said, and you can be mad about it because it's the truth.
They sat there every time I made an indigenous post, death threat. But then that same user would go to Goddess Mia's page and ask for her obituary. It's the same people. But suddenly it stopped. It suddenly stopped. Where are you at
now people want to be above the drama. Now you want to be left alone. No, sir, because you spent your time on this app working overtime, attacking and bothering people who did nothing to you, spreading lies. And I'm gonna just say this now, since I'm just working up everybody, and you know everybody wants to get mad at me for the stuff I say. I can't. I'm gonna be completely fair to Nathan for 1 minute.
Okay.
He didn't start that story.
What story?
When Nathan got arrested, he was in jail. He couldn't start. So who made the video calling people agents of white supremacy? Who did that first?
Can I say it?
I can't put that name in my mouth. So, but because I'm blocked, so I'm not allowed to speak on that.
Can I say it?
Who made the video putting my face in it and all these black women and women of color saying that we are agents of white supremacy?
Starts
and
with
working with a white woman.
That's
Let me be very clear. Not only did that not happen at all, not only did that not happen.
No.
I personally am very irritated that someone that always calls people goofy for having them blocked and talking about him has had me blocked and made talk videos about me. I feel a way. But here's the other part of that. I can't blame, unless they conspire together behind closed doors, a different person made that video. And that's when the fight broke out.
Yeah.
You're right.
People co-signed to it, and I personally am damn tired of being lied about.
Same.
Because you need something to do to kill time between elections.
Yeah, I was called homophobic too.
I'm gay, I'm a lesbian. I just
anytime we speak up, anytime we say anything, we are transphobic, homophobic, agents of white supremacy. Like they can't even pick a struggle.
Carolyn Bryant.
They can't pick a struggle.
They just tell me to shut the fuck up.
I'm a shit Indian.
I just get told to shut the fuck up.
I'm homophobic as a gay woman. I'm gay.
Me too.
Okay, all you ladies out there, I'm single, by the way.
Bye.
But you know,
I'm the unfortunate. I'm the miserable straight person. So don't mind me. I'm the miserable straight.
Consolation, I think you're right.
I'm over here getting called homophobic.
Like I'm a minority no matter where I'm at. See, so you know what I'm saying? Like I'm forever. It's okay though. It's all right. It's fine.
You're still a beautiful straight woman. So there's that.
Population prize I ain't got no titties like that, so I better have a pretty face. I'm like I'm straight. I ain't got no titties like that. Like If anybody, I'm not gonna ask it on this live. It's not worth it. But yeah, point is though,
I stand with you, Glam. I got you.
I just wanted to be understood. This was not just Nathan.
No.
People worked very hard to spread lies. And I'm going to be honest. I would have loved to ask why, but again, I'm blocked. So, but I don't
You're
understand.
real about that block.
Well, you know, if you're going to make a public video to block me, I'm going to talk about you blocking me. Because you just blocked me and kept it pushing. If you want to make a public video about me blocking you, I can talk about it. You talked about me. And that's the thing that bothers me. Like, I've been getting talked about for months and I have said nothing. So now I say shit and everyone's mad at me. Y'all, and it's very much that reactionary abuse thing where it's like, now that I'm going crazy, you can sit back and be like, yeah, see, look.
Yeah.
See, look at you.
What is it that we see on TikTok? What did we see recently? When a content creator was like, they used women of color, specifically Black women, being loud.
Yeah, I get that all the time. I sound like a man. I'm loud. It's not my fault that I have more testosterone in my throat than you do in your balls. It's not my fault.
Yep.
But
I get all that.
What is it? What was it? Acting unbecoming.
Unbecoming behavior.
What am I turning into? A sprout? What am I becoming?
Because we can't allow this is what this creator said, that they cannot allow Black women to come at them for their misogyny while using unbecoming behavior.
We can sit on the cactus sideways. The fuck?
That's what the hell. That's the caca that came out of that man's mouth. Allow.
I'd love to know what Black women do you have authority over to allow them to do anything? That seems very unbecoming of a man to think that he has blatant, like, blanket authority over Black women. Like, that's the distinction. Black women.
Exactly. Yeah.
So every Black woman.
We're not going to
every
use
Black woman.
So white women are nasty women, and when it comes to Black women, you're unbecoming.
We're unbecoming for calling out misogyny. Like, we can't. They act like we ain't oppressed too. Like, we not being hunted too. 300,000 Black women gone, girls gone.
Oh, and let's not talk about how many. Like, what is it? Every 5 hours, a Black woman is killed by a Black man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
every 5 hours, but you're worried about unbecoming behavior over here.
Thanks. And it's like,
it's like about unbecoming behavior.
But
y'all are killing us.
I ain't gonna
say unaliving us.
Send somebody towards me, but that man said it.
Yeah. But there were people co-signing to it though.
Yeah, people were agreeing.
Mm-hmm. So basically, so this is what it is, right? Let me see if I have this straight. You can be misogynistic, which is, to be very disrespectful and anti-woman towards me as a man. But I cannot respond to you unless I'm ladylike about it. But you don't respect me anyway because I am a lady. So what would be the point in me being ladylike? It seems like you don't give a fuck about my lady parts. You don't care about my ladyhood, my womanhood. So what difference does it make how I behave? You've already decided as a man that you are anti-woman.
You got to put your corset on, your hoop skirt, and
there's a way.
Who had a corset? No, I'm sorry. Wait. Who had a hoop skirt? Who had a corset and a hoop skirt? Not us.
Not me.
I'm over here.
That's what I'm saying. It's unbecoming. That's a white woman's word, by the way.
I had a creator tell me that he would listen to what I have to say about Black men as a Black man, but the way I come at Black men, he won't listen to me because he feels like I need to speak with a lower tone.
So you need to be very nice and talk to the baby like the baby needs to understand very slowly because he's a big, strong man. So you need to talk like this because he's a man and he's an alpha. So he can't handle loud language and colorful language. So you got to talk like a little baby in order to get him to listen to you because he ain't going to listen to you unless you sound real sweet and genteel-like. And if you don't sound sweet and genteel-like, he's going to sit there and tell you that you're being unbecoming of a lady, even though he doesn't see you as a lady because you was a black lady, and black ladies aren't supposed to act like ladies. We supposed to protect the whole black community. We's not supposed to be outside in our undergarments and showing our gloveless hands. We supposed to be out here going over on our backsides carrying their black asses because they are so weak-minded as black men that they can't defend and protect themselves. So now we got to talk to them real seductive and sweet tone like a 2-year-old. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, that's what he said. And
okay,
he
cool.
told me he's gonna unfollow me, and when I learn to be more demure, then he'll follow
Tell
me
him
again.
to spell it.
I was gonna say, how do you spell demure? I was thinking the same thing. Like how's it spelled?
Wait, Callie, is that a problem in the Native community? Like, do they tell Native women that they're too loud or too masculine?
They would never.
But guess who does?
Like, well, I mean, like each individual
white men.
Black men. No, and you're right, Tori. And you know why?
I'm just saying, like, each individual person may have like some sort of masculine misogyny depending on wherever. But as I would say, as most of us in our tribal cultural traditions, that if you've seen a couple of my videos where how I got the name Auntie, or if you see Kukum or things like that, or in my culture it'd be Pokni, grandma, stuff like that. You don't talk to ladies that are referred to as things. No, that's
No.
no. And we don't, like, the thing is where men that are outside of our culture, no matter what race, color, creed, heritage, religion, don't understand about us Native people is that we are a pure matriarchal system. And so when it comes to if a man were to buck up to a woman that is well respected, and I'm not talking about like how Glam was talking about, oh, give me my little gloves and kiss my hand, and no. Actually, women that are fighters, women that are outspoken, women that are like that buck the system, that is actually well revered. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you don't mess with aunties, you don't mess with grandmas, you don't mess with mothers, you don't mess with nobody. Sorry. And if there was somebody to do that, traditionally, the men have ways of dealing with it.
But that's the thing, though. And Tori was saying that the white men do that. Black men, I'm going to just say it. Black men have figured out centuries already ago that they are not going to liberate the black community. So the only option they think they have is to try to become a white man. They want to be the next oppressor. They're trying to emulate what white men are doing. And it's not working because as a black man, you will never have the status and position. And I'm not talking about like fame and fortune, but because we see black male celebrities get thrown under the bus for things that white men do every day. So it's not about the money. It's not about the status, and socially. Black men don't have it to become white men. They can't get rid of the oppressor. So they figure that they can just try to be one too.
Yeah.
And then they can't oppress white men, and they really can't even oppress white women. Not really. They can abuse white women, and you see that happening often. I've shared videos where these male athletes get with these white girls and treat them, and I say that it's like other creators on other platforms, they get the same black man that black women get. You thought you got a winner because you thought you outdid us, and you end up with the same. You end up a single mother like we do. You end up abused like we do. You end up emotionally damaged like we do. So a lot of the time, black women call that out because we see it. We know what they're doing. We know. But they think,
and like with our community, it's just like people when what they understand, like this is what many of us try to teach, and what I've tried to teach in the past is on this land, Turtle Island, the Americas, whether it's north or south, the traditions of this land is matriarchal. It's matriarchal. So when it comes to being a part of this land, where a lot of misogynistic men don't understand is they think that they're losing their power grab, they're losing they're being emasculated No,
Mm-hmm.
in our teachings, or at least what I've been taught, is men and women are a balance.
Mm.
Women, we are life givers. That's why we're sacred.
Mm.
We are Mother Earth. We bring life. But men, with their power, they are able to take life. So it's a balance that needs to be respected. It's
Oh, I
not
get you. I get
emasculating.
you. I get you.
It's not
Women give
about
life, men take life,
emasculating,
so there's a
and it's not
balance.
about,
Yep.
yes, it's not
Mm-hmm.
about taking away power from a woman, or bringing her down because this guy's more powerful. It's a balance of life.
This is my
Mm.
understanding of it, Callie. Like I said, my mom's side
Mm-hmm.
of the family is native and all that stuff. And this is the teachings that I do know about with my grandfather's side family. And that has been mentioned quite a bit
Well,
with that balance. Like there, and you could see it on that side of the family. It was matriarchal on that side of the
But that's
family. That
African
balance.
culture as well, though. African
that's what I was
Yeah.
about to
cultures
say. African culture as
are
well.
and have been
Matriarchal.
historically matriarchal. White
Mm-hmm.
colonization is when all of this patriarchal nonsense got put onto our communities. We know
Yes.
better. And like right
Yes.
now, isn't there a movie coming out with Viola Davis, The Woman King, and she's
Mm-hmm.
being the magic, like one of the, I forgot the name of the actual tribe. That was those women's jobs. They were protectors. We have, and it was all women. And it was
Mm-hmm.
the battle
Here's
that
the
they had, I think,
question
with the
though, Graham.
French. Hmm?
How we gonna fix it? Like, what do you think are
You
the
want an
steps?
honest answer to that question? Because I get asked that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like.
Okay.
How do we fix
No, no.
it?
Are you speaking in general or specifically with the Black community?
The Black community, because
Okay, then I can
we
answer that.
we have
I can answer
seen
that.
we have seen that this patriarchal nonsense has been destructive to the Black community. When we are actually from a culture, if you take your genetics, you take your DNA, and we are actually from a culture is matriarchal. So how do we fix what the white people do? How do we fix what the white people do?
There's an echo.
There's an echo. Everybody click, 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 click.
But
Can you hear me?
okay. Because here's the thing, right? Realistically, everyone says, oh, dismantle patriarchy. Okay, look, in the Black community, it's not going to be this kill switch. We don't flip a switch and it's over.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that have some radical thoughts about this and are even as far as not giving birth to any more Black men.
Mm.
There are Black women that have taken on that idea.
Mm.
Problem is, you can't. No, I'll be fair. You can now figure out if you are having a man or a male presenting or female presenting child, but obviously that's so far into the pregnancy that you can't really do anything about it. You know what I mean? So realistically, that's not going to happen. So here's my answer to that question. For the Black community to heal itself at all would require a 12-step program. It's just like any addiction that you have to come down off of. We have to admit things. We have to accept things. We have to face a lot of things as individuals because Black people are not a monolith.
True.
So here's the stuff that's going to make people uncomfortable. All right. I'm trying this one, and I don't even like saying it. So this is kind of bad. I truly do believe in not making people uncomfortable. All right. I'm trying this one, and I don't even like saying it. So this is kind of bad. I truly do believe in not just Black people, but you asked me about Black folks. We have got to start gatekeeping heavily Black culture in the first place. There's too much access to Blackness. Everybody can be Black when they want to. I saw an Asian guy on TikTok the other day with a whole afro. Everyone can be Black. Everyone can play as being Black. People can jump in and jump out of being Black like double dutch. And you see, like I said earlier, people like Kim Kardashian, now she's deflating, right? Now she's getting her butt fixed. She's getting her chest fixed. She's got her face changed up. Now she's starting to look like herself again. I'm really trying not, because I know this is going to come across really bad. We, have got to start being a little ethnocentric.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Callie
okay.
gone again.
Yeah. We got to start being a little ethnocentric, because in order for us to remember that we have a matriarchal society, we have to remember what type of society we even have. We have to get back to how we used to do things, and we can't do that assimilating, right? We can't, if we all admit in every person of color's community that it's white supremacy that got us to this point, and colonization that got us here, we have got to start trying to move away from that. I am a big advocate of Black folks leaving America. I wouldn't be here if I had the financial means to back it up.
Facts.
I wouldn't. And as Gullah people, we believe that when you leave this earth, your spirit goes back to Africa, because this is not where you're from. So your soul didn't come from here for it to rest here. Your soul has to go back to the beginning. And that's what we believe. You have to go back to the beginning. And we can't get to the beginning of our story. And that's every race, everyone that's not white, or to be fair, even white people. But you can't get to the beginning and be near the end. And in this country, we're backpedaling. There are book burnings going on right now. There are people out here like trying to create laws to oppress education and things like that. Black people have to get back to a space where we are isolated a little bit. Number one. Number two, we have got to, as Black women, because we do have a part in this, we as Black women have got to stop enabling toxic masculinity in our community. We've got to quit raising our sons to believe that abuse and anger are the only settings that they have. Violence is not the answer. It's the problem. And we teach our sons to be very cold. And I know other races of people do this too. This is, like I said, it's really more of a gender thing right now. But we teach our sons to be very cold. You got to be strong. And Black boys grow up in a very violent world. Black boys grow up in a world that doesn't let them be boys. We saw today, this week, and I haven't even talked about it yet because I can't bring myself to do it. The case with Amir Locke.
Me too.
That was a boy at a sleepover at someone else's house. And I don't know about you, Mia, because you're Haitian. But I know as a Gullah person, that's something happens to your spirit when it gets taken that way. When you, like, that boy didn't even get a chance to realize what was going on. And his life was snuffed out. Something happens to your spirit when that type of violence falls on you. People can say that's God's plan. If you believe in God like that, say what you want. That is not of God.
No.
People are not, you're not supposed to have your life taken like that.
Like that. No.
Black people have got to get out. Like, we joke about it in Jordan Peele movies. We need to get it. I like mass exodus. And I know how unrealistic that sounds, right? I get it. I get how financially insane that sounds. Black people have got to go.
But we got to start with our mind.
But that's what I mean. No, because we're not going to physically leave until we mentally leave. We're not going to pack our stuff until we get our brains out of this. You're right. But how do we get the mental enslavement out? We have to start homeschooling our own children. We've got to start, even there has to be a removal. If we know that white supremacy is the problem, we've got to isolate ourselves from the white supremacy. We've got to gatekeep ourselves from it. We can't send our kids to school for 7.5 hours a day, 5 days a week, to schools. Like right now, my son's school, I'm teaching them about Black history at home. They had a whole Colonial Day event glorifying the 1800s last week during Black History Month, and not talked about Black history at all. These kids are growing up thinking that this is normal. I'm a teacher's child. I fully know how fucked up the education system is from the inside out. I have worked in these schools and I've talked to other teachers. I remember I had a gym teacher tell me flat out, if parents gave a damn about their kids, they would never let them come to school. That was the gym teacher. We have got, as black men have got to stop jumping on podcasts and start getting out into these streets. We need Black men in the classroom. We need Black men in these police departments. We need Black men doing what they say they're going to do on these podcasts, but never happens in real life. We need them to stop taking their money. Even if you get with a person that's not Black, bring her white behind to the hood. Bring her over here. Stop going out there and abandoning us. And with Black women and the rest of the Black community, we all collectively have got to recognize that in certain situations, we need to isolate. Black women sometimes got to focus on us. We can't help Black men. We have got to stop thinking that we cannot keep complaining about having people use us and keep volunteering to be used. We volunteer. We will, because for every Black woman that said they were not coming to that protest, there were Black women that did, and they said why, and they told us how wrong we were for not doing it. Just like right now with the situation with Nathan. There's just like there are women that see how wrong this is. There are Black women right now co-signing to every word he says. We have got to stop jumping in front of the bullet. Black people are not going to get out of the patriarchy until Black people get out of white supremacy, because white supremacy gave us the patriarchy. Black men wanting all these wives and yada, yada, yada. They don't remember that they had to actually provide for all those women, put all those women in houses, take care of all the children. Like and they're doing it because that's what white men do. Because they see white men doing it and getting away with it. And so they're like, well, hell, I'll do that. I can't beat the white man. May as well join him.
Agreed.
And it's sad because we really had like, and I'm gonna just say it, like I've seen other Black people of the diaspora come to the States and get further ahead of Black African American men in like 2 years.
My dad, let's keep it real. My dad is Haitian. He came to this country, didn't speak a damn. First, he went to France, right? They went to France first, and there was a lot of racism in France, and it was racism that he understood. And my dad said he went in the 70s. He went in the 70s to France, and he said he didn't want to raise his children in France because it was super racist in the 70s. So he came to America. My dad didn't speak a damn word of English. He worked at a factory, but he got his education. He moved us out of the fucking hood to the suburbs. Like, and this is a man that wasn't born in America, didn't speak anything, that wouldn't go nowhere, nothing. He had to go to night school. So why is it that an immigrant can come to America and move forward while the people that are born in this country, we cannot?
You got some trolls in your comments for real.
Ooh, whatever troll, mute them, mute the trolls. Don't let no trolls in here, y'all. Okay, he's muted. Okay, I know y'all, you know what's going on. The moderators are getting interested in the conversation. They're not watching the comments.
I'm listening. I was like, well, wait a minute now, hold up.
But yeah, like I was saying, my dad came here not speaking any English, didn't know nothing about this country, and he fought his way into making something of himself. So you have to understand, why is it that these immigrants or these people that come from other places come to America and can get a leg up, but the Black Americans that were born here cannot? And I was born in this country and I see that shit. It's because the white supremacy is all in your mind. Y'all think that if
y'all think
if y'all switch places with white people, white men, that y'all are going to get the power, and you're not. You're not going to get the power. You're not going to be able to switch oppressors. You can't come at me screaming diversity doesn't work when we clearly see that it does. Look at this panel that we have here.
Let Callie back in. She's trying to get back in.
Oh, she's trying to get back in. Like, look at the people that's on this live right now. Look at the people in the comment section. We're not going to be able to do anything if we don't educate. And Lamb is right, because let me tell you this. My godson came to me with his history homework. They had a page, bro, that pissed me the fuck off, and I wish I took a picture of it, but it was years ago. They said they called the Trail of Tears the relocation. That's what they call it. I had to sit him down and go on YouTube and show him why it was called the Trail of Tears. He thought He thought that they wanted to relocate. They wanted to leave their land. That's how this teacher was teaching it, that the natives got together and said, oh, well, we don't want to be part of the white people. So they took a nice, cozy walk down to fucking Oklahoma.
And they've been doing that forever. This is, like you said, that was years ago. This is nothing new. I saw, like, if I showed y'all some of them, my son's in the fourth grade.
I'm the descendant
the
of
fourth
those walkers.
grade. I had to explain to him, one, because this abomination of a field trip where they've got them playing and dressing up in garb from the 1800s. Like, it looked like the Thanksgiving, play where they have the kids dress up as pilgrims. It was that sick. Like, and you let your kid go, right? You know what I'm saying? You let your kid go because they don't understand, and you don't want all they know is that you didn't let me go on the field trip. I had to sit in the school doing busy work all day. So you let them go on the trip, and then you explain to them that if you were alive during the 1800s, you would not have been playing with these little white kids. You wouldn't have been, because I kid you not, he brought home a paper where they use quill pens and the dip pens. You wouldn't have been allowed to read or write. You're in South Carolina. We created that law. South Carolina was the one that first created that law where you could, like, unalive a person of color, a black person, for learning how to read or write, because it was after the Stono Rebellion. And here's the thing, all of this happened in South Carolina during the 1800s, but you're not teaching them that.
Nope.
No.
You're teaching them,
to
play.
Parents. It's our responsibility as parents to teach the truth, because it's not going to be taught in school. Look what they're doing with critical race theory, which is really blowing my mind. Look what they're doing. Books. If y'all are expecting the educational system to do this, y'all are tripping.
Banning books. When I was in school, we're all millennials and Gen Xers. Ban is bad. Literature needs to be spoken. Literature needs to be heard. I remember, as a child, at least one thing in history that I was taught was banning literature. No matter how offensive or how nice it is, that is bad. You don't do that. It's almost sacrilegious the way we were taught. You don't do that. But you're seeing boomers. It's really boomers, really, the ones that taught us that was bad, because
I think you froze, Kaylee.
Against that stuff, the greatest generation. Did I freeze? Am I okay?
You're moving now.
I don't know.
Good.
Are you okay now? Yeah.
All right. But we were taught by the boomers. Let's be real. We were taught by the boomers, the children of the people that fought the wars against banning literature, burning books, all these things that was happening during 1945 and what was going on. Now the boomers are over here trying to pass legislation along with their kids that they've taught this whole entire time that was bad.
Exactly. And that's the first route. That's the road to fascism, y'all. That's the road.
Someone said, I just got a negative positive feeling check notification for this live.
Yeah, they're reporting. Let's get off, y'all. Let's get off.
When I was in a hiatus,
I don't want them to ban my
person
live.
that's been making videos about me made a whole nother video about me. So they're all here. I promise.
They're all here doing their dummy stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get off the live so they don't report the live. But this was great. And I think we should do this more often, guys. What do y'all think?
This is like
if y'all think that we should do this more often, y'all let us know. Hit us up in the DMs. Hit us up in the comment section. Let us know. Maybe we'll make this like a weekly thing. Because I don't want them to take down my live, because they're actually butthurt right now that we're doing educational stuff and not talking about them. They're deciding to mess up my live right now. So I see the
Clubhouse never. Clubhouse is the dumpster fire compared to TikTok. I can't go over there. Nope.
Yeah, no. I think we should probably do it on Instagram and maybe just stream it on TikTok or something like. I don't know. We gotta figure out a way, because on TikTok it's too easy to take down lives. So, but I really appreciate all three of you guys coming in. This was great. And I think this is a good, I got a good feeling this is like something we can really do, y'all.
I think so too. What do you guys think in the comment section?
Yeah,
They
let us
seem
know.
real receptive in the comments. That's what I've been looking at
Yeah,
since you asked.
yeah. I feel like a lot of people, there's people asking me to post it on YouTube. Please post it on YouTube. So I will post this live on YouTube. And you know what? Maybe we'll just figure, like, we won't make it like a plan thing, but let's figure out a way maybe
Please, let's
once in
not
a while.
plan it, because then they'll just
Yeah,
start reporting, getting ready
it'll
to
just
report
start
us every
reporting it.
damn
I'm not
time.
gonna give times and nothing like that. We'll just jump on live. But
Podcast. I
thank
saw
you
somebody
guys.
say make a podcast.
Make a podcast, something. I
I
think
don't
we
know.
did a
I think I'm
good
getting
job.
PTSD from podcasts now. I'm not gonna lie.
I got
Like, I'm scared to
PTSD
even
from
check that stuff
everything, bro.
anymore. I stopped
But we'll
listening to
figure something
podcasts.
out. We'll figure something out.
Where's
See
my
if we can
mic?
have.
Here's the
Huh?
problem
Yeah,
with all
yeah.
these guys.
Okay, guys, let me go because I see this little thing glitching over here. So we're gonna go. We love you guys. I love you, Aunt Callie. I love you, Glam. I love you, Gen Extra. You guys have been here for almost 2 years. I think we've been cool. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the fact that y'all listened to me when I said, step back and don't let people attack me. And I know how hard that was. I
Yes,
know how hard that was for all y'all to not do it. And y'all
I
still
like to
did it.
tussle.
And I love the
Yeah.
hell out of all of y'all, okay? All right, y'all. So I will see you
Diversity
guys
equals
later.
power.
Thank you. Diversity equals power. Please don't forget, diversity equals power. We can change the world if we work together and protect Black women. All right, y'all. Till next time.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. This was great. I had a great time.